The worst part about building a new computer is getting it all in your case and getting it all cable managed and all prettified and zip tied down, and it's just, you're like, look at my masterpiece.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today's video is on bench testing. So in this video I'll be telling you about what bench testing is, why it's important. It's very important in my point of view. So after you've watched this video, you'll know if your components are faulty, and if you stick till the end, I will tell you an easy way of determining what is wrong with your setup if it doesn't turn on the first time. Right, so what is bench testing? Let's have a look. Bench testing is the critical evaluation of a new or repaired component, device, apparatus prior to installation to ensure that it is in perfect condition.
So this is what bench testing looks like. This is me testing my components as soon as I got them. Now, since I've done it at the start, it means I can see if my components actually work or not. And if nothing happens, then I can go on from there. It makes everything more simple. You see how I've got all my components stretched out on the bench, hence the name bench testing.
Now, why is bench testing important? Well, let me tell you. Bench testing enables you to identify any components that are faulty, and it also saves a lot of headaches when you have to troubleshoot when your PC does not turn on. So I have tried to come up with a simple, easy to follow along method for how to bench test your component. Before I start, make sure the power is turned off, including the power supply switch. If it is not, you may fry your components. So make sure all the power is turned off. So for bench testing, only the components that are necessary to turn the PC on are needed, which includes the power supply, the CPU heatsink and fan, one RAM stick. Only one RAM stick is needed, and the last thing is the case front panel connectors, which are the wires in front of your case. First thing you want to do is install your CPU fan and heatsink. Secondly, you want to install your RAM, and you would have to insert the RAM stick into the slot, whichever your motherboard manual says to. RAM slots usually have a specific order that you have to place the RAM sticks in. And then you can plug in the 8-pin CPU power cable from the PSU. The 8-pin slot on your motherboard should look like this. And then plug in the 24-pin cable from the power supply. This pin will power the whole motherboard. And then you want to plug in the front panel connectors from the case into the motherboard. And this has to be done according to the manual of the motherboard you have. Now, make sure this part is done very precisely and correctly, because I'm pretty sure a lot of mistakes can happen in this step. I myself have made a lot of mistakes in this area with putting the front panel connectors in different pins. Now, after everything is done, you want to press the power button on your case, and if the fans turn on and there's light on the motherboard and everything seems to be on, you have successfully done all the steps, and it means that your components are not faulty and you can continue building your PC and cable managing and everything else. However, if it does not turn on, then I encourage you to go back and check the front panel connectors, because that's where majority of the mistakes can be made. It can be plugged into different orders. But if that doesn't work, you've tried that and all the steps are correct, if that doesn't work, then that means your power supply could be faulty. If you have another power supply, then use that one instead of the power supply you're using right now. And if it turns on, if your PC turns on, the fans turn on, lights come on, then that means your power supply is faulty. Now, to check if the CPU is faulty, what you want to do is check the Easy Debug LEDs. All modern motherboards have Easy Debug LEDs, and that's what you want to check to see if your CPU is faulty or not. If the CPU light is on the Easy Debug LEDs, then your CPU is either faulty or it's not installed properly, so make sure to have a look. Now, that was the golden nugget I was going to give you. The Easy Debug LEDs. It's very important, very crucial. Always make sure you check that when something goes wrong. The Easy Debug LEDs make it very easy to pinpoint where the problem is, and then you can go about fixing that problem one by one. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to give it a like so I can help others. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.